When was the last time you ate eggs and wondered how they affected your mental health? Probably never, right? Well, considering that in the UK we consume approximately 32.1 million eggs daily and 11.7 billion eggs annually in 2023, this might be worth knowing. Yes, eggs don't just affect us physically, they also, like anything we consume, affect us mentally. But don't worry, we've researched for you and we'll give you the pros and cons so you can make an informed choice. So, beginning with the basics, let's talk about the two types of egg categories that we can buy: caged eggs and free-range eggs. What's the difference and why does it matter? Well, caged eggs come from hens that are kept in tiny cages. Typically, they're allotted about 67 to 87 square inches per bird. That's less than the size of a standard sheet of paper. This minimal space to move is terrible, leading to the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These can negatively impact the health of the hens and also the nutritional quality of the eggs. Makes me think of the old adage, you are what you eat. Think about the stress hormones you're consuming in these chickens' eggs. And speaking of, think also about what the hens are eating, because that affects us too. Conventional feeds often contain corn and soy, which may include GMOs, that's genetically modified organisms, and chemicals. On the flip side, in the UK at least, the term free range for eggs is regulated and defined by specific standards that ensure the welfare of the hens. So this means that eggs may come from hens fed with non-GMO organic feed. There are also minimal requirements in terms of facilities. The hens must have daily outdoor access with at least 4 square meters of outdoor space. When indoors, they must be housed in barns that meet specific space requirements, with no more than 9 hens per square meter of usable space. So overall, you see that free-range eggs come from hens that have a better quality of life compared to those kept in awful confined systems like battery cages. The free-range or free-roaming hens have the freedom to wander around outside, bask in the sun, and peck at the ground. But before we scramble further into this debate, why not hatch a plan to subscribe? Don't be a rotten egg. Click that button and join our flock for more cracking content. So now let's compare the mental health impact when it comes to those two types of eggs I've mentioned. Yes, why do people choose one type of egg over the other aside from the ethics argument? Well, there's the issue of price and affordability, availability and access, and perceived health benefits that we must consider. Caged eggs are usually cheaper, but there's more to the story than just cost. Health and ethical considerations play a big role in influencing our choices, and these should not be discounted if you want to live a long and healthy quality life. Let me explain why some people are willing to pay a bit more for free-range eggs, and why you might consider it if you haven't already. When it comes to nutrition, free-range eggs win hands down. You see, on the face of it, hens fed primarily on corn and soy may produce eggs higher in omega-6 fatty acids. And you'd think this is great, right? Wrong. A diet high in omega-6 but low in omega-3 can exacerbate inflammation, potentially impacting conditions like heart disease and mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety. Whereas free-range hens, as mentioned, tend to have access to a more diverse diet, leading to eggs richer in omega-3 fatty acids and vitamins, which are excellent for your heart and overall health. Yes, free-range eggs have been shown to improve heart health and cholesterol due to the richer nutritional profile. So just imagine what that means for mental health too. Let's break it down. Omega-3s, particularly DHA, are crucial for maintaining brain structure and function. These fundamental components of cell membranes in the brain promote fluidity and communication between neurons. But not just basic brain structure and function. Oh no, eggs help with mood regulation too. Yes, studies have linked higher omega-3 intake to reduced risk of depression and anxiety. Possibly because omega-3s help in the production of neurotransmitters such as serotonin, which is essential for mood stabilization. Now let's talk about the vitamin B12. It's essential for producing neurotransmitters and maintaining myelin, the protective sheath around nerves. Deficiency in B12 has been associated with cognitive decline and mood disorders. Then there's vitamin D, which supports brain health and mood regulation too, by enhancing the production of serotonin, meaning it can guard against depression too. With this abundance of goodness in free-range eggs, it really does feel like a no-brainer, ironically. It makes sense that free-range eggs are going to be better for us when we think about the terrible lives of the hens that live in caged and cramped conditions, often with little room to move. These conditions lead to the release of stress hormones and poor health, whereas free-range hens have the freedom to live somewhat naturally, leading to better mental and physical health for the hens. So if, like me, you care about the ethical conditions of animals and also about your health and can afford to pay that little bit more, when you're at the supermarket, look for labels like free range, certified humane, or pasture raised to get good quality, ethically sourced eggs. It's all about making choices that line up with your values and priorities. And I hope either the ethics or the health aspects or both will sway you towards free range so we can let suppliers know what is and isn't okay when it comes to animal and human health. To sum it up, the debate between caged and free-range eggs isn't just about nutrition. It's also about animal welfare and our mental well-being. By understanding the differences, you can make choices that are good for your body and your conscience, because it's not just about what's on your plate, but where it came from and how it got there. Do your research, consider your values, and make the best choice for you, your human and your non-human family.